All right, guys, welcome back to this episode of Jerk Block Talk. I am Jason Fernandez. We are here at CrossFit Rife, and today we're gonna dig down a little bit into session plans. So we've talked a little bit about how to brief a workout. We've talked a little bit about classroom logistics, things of that nature. But you know, the idea is have a plan when you come into the gym, and whether whatever you call it doesn't really matter. You can call it a session plan. We've gone through several iterations of this over the years, and really all that matters is if it's something that keeps you organized, if it's something that allows you to scale your product all the way across the board so that you have some sort of uniformity, that's really the only thing that matters. So that everybody's on the same page, so that you can bring in new folks. You can very easily bring on new coaching staff, develop them so that everybody's doing the exact same thing. So it doesn't really matter what you call it. You can call it your coaching class plan, your session plan, your this is how we do it plan. Like, I don't really care, it doesn't matter. You can do this yourself, you can have people do it for you. We've done both. If you guys want to check out some stuff, there's lots of people out there that do programming and set up session plans, warm up and work out. Pat Barber, we use that. I know Lynchpin does some things like this, Icon Athlete, all from guys that have been around, Pat Barber, Pat Sherwood, Chris Spieler, guys that have been around the community a long time that really know what they're doing. So if you're not really sure, check it out. If you're not in the position where you can afford to maybe outsource that kind of stuff, we're gonna help you out here a little bit and give you the basics of what makes a good session plan. And if you've never done this before, you're not really sure where to start, just think of it like, okay, there's pretty much 3 parts of my class every day. There's the brief, there's the warm-up, and then we're gonna work out after that. So those are the 3 major things that you need to have when you start kind of drafting your session plan, and that'll kind of give you a pretty good idea of where to go from there. But 3 major parts there: the brief, the warm-up, and then the WOD, and then the cool down at the end. And then from there you can dig down a little bit deeper and you can get into the weeds on those categories, and you can have subcategories, so we've done a couple videos on how to brief the workout, so check those out. But big things you want to talk about during the brief for the workout, review the WOD, tell everybody what it is you're doing that day. You'd be shocked how many people don't actually do that. Tell everybody what you're doing. Some people might not really understand. You have new people in the class, they don't know the acronyms, they don't know, how the workouts work. So don't take that stuff for granted. After you review the WOD, now you can start getting into some of the nitty-gritty stuff, like what's the intended time domain, what are the scaling options, so that everybody leaves that brief and has like a pretty damn good idea of what should be happening during the workout for that day. From there, then you're gonna get into the warm-up. We've done some videos on warm-ups and kind of what should happen there, but big things. You should have a general warm-up. You should have a specific warm-up where you're getting into the things that are specific to the movements you're gonna use today. So think of, getting warmed up, or getting the heart flowing, or the blood flowing, sweating a little bit, and then think about like, okay, progressions for a specific movement. And you can also use the warm-up to do skills and drills. We're gonna talk in another video about how to kind of lay a lot of volume over the course of time by having a specific plan, each month per se. So skills and drills, you can drop those into your warm-up as well. And then this is also when in your warm-up where you get to actually see people put scaling into execution so that you can make sure that what they're gonna do for the workout is appropriate. Like, that stuff should happen before you say 3, 2, 1, go. And then finally the workout, like basic things for the workout that a lot of people leave out when they actually execute the workout, logistics, like what should the classroom floor look like? Safety things that may need to be taken into account based on the equipment, the layout of your gym, things of that nature. Are you running outside? Is it raining? Like, just talk about that stuff. And then the cool down, your basic stuff here. Use that time to stretch, bring the heart rate down, get people cooled down before you shove them back in the car and they go home. Do some stretching, teach them some mobility stuff, Do a little debrief on the workout. Tell people what you saw and maybe some things where they can make some adjustments on some scaling things that may not have panned out the way that they thought they would. So talk about that stuff. We found a lot of value in just doing a quick debrief at the end of the workout, and this is also a time where you get people to get some buy-in to what it is that you're actually doing and what it is that you're actually teaching. And then clean up, right? So every day we wipe all the bars down and clean all that stuff up. Schedule all this stuff into your session plan. And again, you can make this stuff as detailed or as general as you want it to be, and it doesn't really matter. What the real thing is that it's appropriate for your gym and how you operate and for your staff. But I think you should have a session plan of some sort when you go into the gym every day and you start teaching classes, and your coaches should too. So again, you can write it down, you can outsource this stuff, and it doesn't really matter, but the key is that you should have those 3 major pieces in your session plan every day, which is the brief, the warm-up, and then the WOD, and then the cool down. And again, dive into that stuff as much as you want to, make it as standardized as you want to. We kind of roam somewhere in the middle where there's some things are standardized, and then we give the coaches leeway to do some different things there, and it doesn't really matter. You'll figure it out as you start writing these and implementing them into your classes, and your members will appreciate it. You're gonna provide a better product, you're gonna have a better coaching staff as you start developing this, and they start to execute it and practice it. And at the end of the day, really all you're looking to do is have a better value for your members when they come in the door. So, start playing around with the session plan. Draw the first co-op. You might find out that, the first couple ideas you had are really, really stupid, or when you write it down, it doesn't actually fit in the time domain that you actually anticipated. So it's going to take some practice, but you're not going to get better at it if you don't practice. So give it a shot. If you guys have particular templates that you like to use, go ahead and post them in the comments if there's things you like to do, if there's things that haven't worked for you, post that stuff in there too, so that other people don't make the same mistakes. But again, this is kind of an evolving thing, so you'll go through several iterations of the stuff. You'll try some stuff, it won't work, you'll throw it out, and you'll continue to revamp this over and over and over, and that's the way it should be. It should be kind of a, that session plan should be kind of like a living document. It should always be modified based on space, as you grow as a gym in your space, as your coaching staff grows. Are you adding more coaches onto the floor? Things of that nature. So, but super, super important. Again, for those of you who don't know, my dad has been a basketball coach for 30 years. When we went into practice every day, there's a session plan. It was in writing. When I played college basketball, we had a session plan when we go into practice. We didn't just go out there and wing it, and you guys shouldn't be doing that either. You write the programming in advance, figure out how to lay that session plan on top of the program. Whether you do it daily or weekly or monthly, whatever, just start doing it and make sure you're getting it done, so that you can give your members the best value possible, and you can be a little bit more organized. And then for those of you that gym owners, you can you won't worry so much about not being in the gym all the time for those new coaches, because they'll be going off the session plan. So hope this stuff helps. Remember those 3 basic things: brief, warm up, WOD, should be in your session plan. If you like this content, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, put comments in there if you want to hear about some stuff, and we'll see you next time. All right, thanks.